And it's going to be frozen on the Sega title for right now, but we'll see what happens whenever I start going through everything. Alrighty then. Okay, I think letting the demo reel run through one time will be good. Let's go ahead and get started on this. So as you can see, I've got a couple of clear files on here. I do intend to use this one at the end because I am not going to be able to do all of those emerald stages together for everything whenever I do this. I just realized that has one emerald missing, even though I've got the 100% clear on that. That's funky. Anyways, so I'm going to be playing through just a pretty traditional playthrough of this with Sonic and Tails. You can select between all of the different characters. I'll try to get more into what Sonic 3 and Knuckles is whenever I kind of jump into everything, but with that, let's just go ahead and get started. Video game. So that right there is Knuckles. He's a cool guy. Oh my god, I'm gonna get trolled by people wanting to know where Tails is. He's right there behind me, do you see him? Look how cool he is. Oh, he's gone. Man, I wish I was as cool as Tails. So Sonic 3 is probably my favorite of the classic Sonic games. There's just a lot that this game did well. Fuck it, we'll try to do the stages on here. Don't expect me to beat these, because I just won't. Like, I hope that your expectations of this are, like, near zero or absolutely zero. Also, if you have motion sickness, you might want to wait until this special stage music is over. Oh god, the speed up happened there. So as you go further through the special stages, it speeds up the game at, like, I don't want to say at random, it's not random, it's pretty planned during that, but it makes it really hard to keep your inputs buffered correctly for that. Again, this is not an emerald run of this game, and it never will be. I would like to say that I am good at Mega Man games. I am not good at Sonic games. That doesn't stop me from loving them, though. So Sonic games are about going fast and doing cool things. This is probably the best of the series because this is about the time that they really figured out how they were going to really structure all of these levels. They really kind of found out how to tell this sort of voiceless narrative. Why is it called Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Because this game actually came in... the original cartridge for Sonic 3 is just a traditional Sega cartridge like any other. The cartridge for Sonic and Knuckles, however, had this attachment port on the back of it because they wanted to make that the full, authentic game. And the issue is that they didn't have enough space or enough time or something like that. So what they ended up doing is making two separate games. The Sonic 3 cartridge, which is just a standard one, and the Knuckles one, which, like I said, has the attachment on it to where you can put another game on top of it. So whenever you put these two games together, you get the true experience, which is the full game as it was intended. Also, that was a sub-boss. I guess I should kind of warn for this game in particular, there will be motion sickness, there will be, like, lots of speed, lots of... well, not, like, often. There's several levels here that are pretty, pretty adverse to speed that I will probably hit as well. It's a fun little series about going fast and being a blue hedgehog, though. You know, the important things in life. I do have to say, though, I love how, like, this is the first time that I've ever streamed a Sonic game, and, like, this is, like, the first thing out of my wheelhouse from normal. And this is the first game that I'm getting, like, absolutely trolled by all of my friends on. People wanting Tails, people talking about the motion sickness. I hope this works. Yeah, I figured I was gonna fail otherwise, so that's good that that worked. So, this is not my favorite version of the special stages for a Sonic game. I'm not a big fan of the whole rotating world, just mostly because, as you saw earlier, like, I got screwed over just because I didn't hit the button on the correct... you can only turn at specific points, and it's really hard to kind of communicate that properly, but if you look at the checkered grid on the ground for that, or, you know, I don't blame you if you don't want to, you can only turn whenever Sonic reaches one of those, and, like, you can press the right key, but if you didn't press it, like, right whenever you're on one of those corners, you wait until you go to the next corner in order to actually properly hit it. What do you think of the people who would say that Shadow the Hedgehog was the pinnacle of what a Sonic the Hedgehog game was meant to be? I respect their opinions. I don't agree with it, but I respect their ability to have that opinion. That is my final word, and I'm sticking to it. The old committal, non-committal. I feel like I should be explaining more about this game, but this was a game that did a really good job of kind of communicating its stuff pretty well, and you know, being a one-button game, no matter what button I press, I'm basically doing the same actions for the most part. So say if I wanted to charge up a spin really fast, all I have to do is just duck down and just face spam all the buttons on here. Whoops. I think I almost hit a quick save, which would have been bad. Uh-oh. Made it in time. Well, see, for me personally, like, I'm much more of a fan of the original, like, this era of the Sonic games, so... You know, it's gonna be really hard to give me a convincing argument that, you know, even something like Sonic Adventure Battle 2 is better than these games. But that's just because I am very much a die-hard fan of the, like, the original series of games. Hey look, there's Tails. Isn't he just such a great person? I hope nothing bad happens to him. Oh no! Oh jeez. Oh god, Tails, why? If only there was something I could be doing to stop you from getting hit like that. I can't go any faster during this part, this is all auto-scroller. don't take any more shots or else I'm gonna die. I could have taken one more. Oh god, that was a miss. Whew. So you can still... wait. Okay, I thought that was the second stage's zone music there. I also almost nearly died, so that was fun. Luckily that bridge came down on the right side. Hey, look, it's our best friend. Isn't he cool? Oops, I missed the hell out of those rings. Well, I hit the hell out of those spikes, though. Okay, so this was the Sonic game that introduced the Insta Shield, which I'll try to show off that in a minute. Basically, jump into the air and hit the jump button again, and you'll make a little flash of light. It increases your hitbox, makes you a lot just easier to hit things. It introduced this sort of multiple paths kind of layout of places. I don't ever really take that path, so I'm trying to get myself back down here. They also added different elemental shields. You saw I had a fire shield and basically was able to cheese the shit out of that first and second boss because they were literally unable to hurt me. Whenever I hit the jump button with one of those, it also gives me the ability to do a special ability with the bubble shield. It lets me do that quick bounce like that. As long as I have the bubble shield, I don't need to worry about breathing underwater because that does it for me. And then there's the electric shield, which gives me a double jump. The water there. Hydrocity Zone is a fun zone. It's not my favorite in this game, but it's definitely one of the ones I remember the most fondly. It's the rare instance of a water level done well. Because honestly, like, a lot of the water segments of this, like, they don't really feel like too bad. Like, they always last just long enough. There's always like a way to get out of them. It's just a well done level. Oof, except for that. Not a big fan of that. I can't wait to screw this level up. Especially later on, these levels get just absurd. Okay, I didn't think there was. I've watched speedrunners do this, and they'll do these levels backwards sometimes, and that just scares the hell out of me. I guess if you just memorize them enough, though, I mean, you know, anybody can get to that point, but that's not me. Am I actually gonna... Oops, I was in the right lane for that one. Wow, I actually got another one. Oh hey everybody, it's Jake Steele. He wears his pockets inside out. Everybody say hi to him. God, every single time I do like a mega marathon stream or something like that, I'm lucky to get a handful of people, and now I've got like 3 or 4 people in here from like fucking college and everything else. What is this? Everybody loves Sonic, I guess. Oh, by the way, that boss is dead. I killed it. People love them some Sonic. Well, that's why I made it through that Emerald stage, is because Jake Steele supported me. He belifted in me. So we're being chased by a wall here. Nothing to be afraid of except for imminent death. Nice little cruel spring placement there. Damn it, couldn't make it in time. You know what the best part of this level is? Water slides. I will not be intentionally going into any of the halfway gate bonus levels. Those just generally give you either rings or just shields and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say I don't need them, but I don't really want to go that far out of my way for them. In nature, walls are a hedgehog's natural predator. That is very true. So are very slow-moving platforms. He almost got me again. Those guys are a pain in the ass because they just, like, shoot their little, like, needle things, and it is the worst thing ever. Well, that wasn't very fast at all, Sonic. This is. For a brief moment we had 69 rings, and it was nice. So I know what you're thinking right now. Are these levels confusing as hell, or are you just really good at this? And the answer is... Some of the levels in this game are definitely labyrinthian. This is not one of them, I don't feel like. Oh, shit. And a lot of them have like sort of a natural flow to them that's really easy to kind of pick up on. I mean, like, you know, just like with every game in the universe, if you're going right, you're probably going in the correct direction. I had to be very careful there because I almost said if you're going right, you're going in the right direction. Which, while true, is also just a very silly thing to say. And I don't want to get caught saying anything silly on my streams, because I've never said anything silly on my streams before. Come back down, thank you. Once again, I think that this is probably the best done water level in a Sonic game, just because, like, they always give you those little points right there where you can just get up and get air. Just always hold up there and you'll be fine. God, Tails, just fucking get caught all up in that. Tails almost fucked me. trick to this is to use those to kind of boost up into him. And preferably not into the propeller blades, but what can you do? I am playing this on the Sega Master Collection on Steam, so occasionally you might see me accidentally hit the rewind or fast forward keys. As if, you know, as if this could even have the near chance of becoming a speedrun or anything, already invalid. Also, my frame rate dropped massively, so if it's happening on the stream, it's happening to me as well. Seems like it does it on this level for some reason. So we'll just try to get through this level quickly and see if we can just do that. Or at least get out of the area that's lagging it so badly, jeez. So one of the reasons that I haven't tried to do a stream of a Sonic game before is, you know, for this very reason right here, like, any emulator that I've tried to get for Sega games has always been dodgy at best. Like, I've gotten one to work with it, but it was really choppy frame rate, like, all the time, and I was not a fan of that. These games are definitely meant to be enjoyed in as smooth of a frame rate as possible. So I didn't feel comfortable streaming this with, like, traditional emulator software and stuff like that, but, you know, I decided I was going to do the Sega Masters Collection version because there was a big sale on all the Sonic games and stuff like that. I picked this one up in particular. And even this one, like, this is a legitimate release that they did, and even this is kind of struggling on the whole emulation aspect of it. I would probably safely say that Marble Garden is my least favorite zone in this game. There's not a whole lot that I can say about this place. Like, it has really big slopes, I guess, is one thing I could say. Like, they have these really sharp inclines, but, like, they more mess with your speed and momentum that you get built up through here more than anything else in the game. Like, all these spikes everywhere, like, the whole design of these levels, like, kind of fights against themselves in this stage the most, I would say. I still think it's a creative and cool theme of a level, it's just not great, I guess. There is some weird shit that you can do with this game in terms of level wrapping and stuff like that. I don't know of any of the actual places to do that without dying, so I probably won't try to. Like, maybe for kicks and giggles or something like that. Oh god, Tails. This is what everybody wanted, though. Oh my god, Tails, please. There we go. Aha, there we go. Nice spin dash into nothingness. Oh damn it, I thought I could climb that with the double jump. It doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to, though. We'll just do it the normal, intended way. Dr. Robotnik? Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get up there. Yeah, fuck it. Oh god, I'm not risking that. I wasn't confident. I'm also not good at these platforms, Jesus Christ. There's an absolute reason I qualified at the beginning of this that I love Sonic games, but I am not good at them. Jake, did you see that movie yet, by the way? Oh, that took my shield away. That's bullshit. Oh well. I almost didn't need the second one. It is a movie, I can say. If you can go and see it without spending a lot of money, I would say give it a shot. Like, for being a kid's movie, it's not too terribly bad, but it's got some issues. It's not as bad as it could have been, thankfully, but you know, like, it's... If you can see it guilt-free, then go and see it, is my final say on that. Oh no. I mean, after all, I am the master of Sonic games, as I'm demonstrating right now, with just nothing but an absolute pinnacle of skill and mastery of the series, as I hit every enemy that I possibly can. I will say, though, about the Sonic movie, Jim Carrey definitely carries the movie. That's probably why he named himself Carrey. Oh god, don't take me back that way, please. Now, I know what you're thinking. How many of those Spike guys am I gonna get hit by before I learn my lesson? And the answer is yes. Well, that was just a cheap shot, Robotnik. Oh, cool. That was a completely fair spike trap. Alright, we're not really gonna hit him this time, I don't think. I lied. Alright, I'm gonna be careful of that now. This game's generally not too terribly bad about doing stuff like that, but every once in a while... just every now and then it will... Uh-oh. I might be screwed. Nope. I will hit every single one of those that I can. That's a theme that carries through a lot of these games. Sonic is a complete douche to Tails so many times. But But you're the one controlling him, aren't you? Yeah? What's your point? Oh god. Well, this is gonna be an interesting boss fight. Oh shit. Fortunately, falling doesn't spell instant death in this one. Shit. Landing directly on top of Robotnik, on the other hand, does. Is this Pompeii? May as well be. Oh my god, every single time I run into that enemy! Jesus Christ, you'd think I would learn how to deal with them. Just don't hit them! I can hear everyone saying, and you're right. That's the worst part, is like, this isn't one of those things I'm not where I'm like misunderstanding the simple concept of I know how not to get hit by them, and I don't know what it is about them. I just want to hit them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. I got greedy. Try to play safe. I'm not gonna get greedy. Oh god. Oh god. Damn it, Tails. Okay, he's gonna be coming from the bottom now. Yep. Oh, I thought I was absolutely fucked there. Fortunately not. Look at that though. Tails helped me defeat a boss, even after as much of an asshole as Sonic was to him. And we flew all night, something that he will never do again. This level is confusing, but it's a fun equivalent of the casino levels in Sonic games, which, it's a pretty common theme for Sonic games to have, like, these kinds of levels in them. That's not the right way to go for that. Oh, I was trying to get onto this thing right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'll just go the direction it wants me to. And get crushed. You can call that comeuppance for all the shit that I put Tails through. Okay, let's just approach this carefully and methodically, and just get through it. Carefully and methodically, what is this? Fucking Mario game? I had sneeze. I just felt like you all needed to know that. A water shield, but why would I need one of those in this stage? These wheels are really cool. I thought you were gonna hit that button and the rabbits were gonna fall to their deaths. Oh yeah. God, it is kind of a good thing that Robotnik put only flying creatures in that final one, huh? From Marble Gardens? That could have been really, really bad. So one of the ways that this game, and you know, just by proxy all Sonic games tend to operate is a lot of the stages that you go into have like multiple paths that you can take. So like a good example of that is whoops, sorry. In the original Green Hill Zone in Sonic 1, there's like a high path that you can take that avoids most enemies. And then the lower paths tend to have more enemies in them. Which I am nowhere near good enough at those games to really do any of that stuff, so I'm the wrong person to talk about those. Uh-oh. Oh god. Yep, that was a disaster. These stages aren't terribly bad, but once you start to lose control, you spend more time trying to, trying to cancel the nosedive than you do actually, like, progressing in them, so... They're not the worst stages in a Sonic game. I think that Sonic 1 still holds that title. Oh god. Wait, am I going backwards? No, okay, that's good. That guy was just trying to push me backwards. That's a fun thing you can do with this. May want to escape from this whenever I get the chance. Or just kill the boss, that works too. Hell yeah. I actually wasn't sure whenever I started streaming this how quickly I was going to be able to get through the game. I'm feeling a little bit more confident about making it through everything now. Of course, that's all prone to change on, me just viciously fucking some of these levels up. Oh, I didn't know there was stuff back here. Even better that one of the things back here is a bubble shield. Whoops. Oh god. Alright, let's just kind of get back on the beaten path now. Oh god, there goes my bubble shield. Oh god. This is bad. That 5 is for Tails and not for me. And now Tails is safe. For now, uh-oh. So I might be able to get a shield out of this. These bonus stages never really did much for me. Like, this one's okay, but it's just... You're just basically trying to get to the top of the level here. And if you take too much time, there's a, like the floor kind of chases after you. Damn it, I missed it. Oh well. We'll see how long this fire shield lasts in the water level. I'm gonna be very sad if I take 2 points of damage right now. I almost took 1 trying to get to this thing. Okay. Now all I have to do is climb this. Okay, we got an extra life. I can lose all my rings for all I care now. The cannons will always lean to the right first, so if you want to get through those relatively quickly, all you've got to do... Oh god, is get hit by that. All you've got to do is just constantly tap the jump button as soon as you get into them, and you're practically guaranteed to get it. These barrels took me a long time as a child to figure out because you have to basically like hold up and down to get through them, which is not something that is ever really clearly defined to you. I like this level, but it is one of the few instances of this game not conveying things well. And hey, now we go to part 2 of the level. This is a long one. Damn that Knuckles guy. Wow, I actually kept the fire shield until I got the water shield. That's impressive. Didn't expect that at all. How long will I keep the water shield, though? Thank goodness, yeah, the secondary of the water shield here, like, really helps out a lot. Because if you start spiraling out of control, you can really easily shift your momentum again. Whereas Jake still might be familiar with shifting gears. See if he remembers that reference or not. Ah, shit, subpixels. It hurts, doesn't it? Jake, I'm not going to air your dirty laundry all over my stream and make you feel bad, so if you want to talk about shifting gears, I will let you do that. I am not going to be the one who gives you that fun cringe, though. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Well, I don't know what that was about, but oh well. I think there might have been a hidden room over there that I just completely missed the hell out of. Definitely was in that one if I would have went to the right. God, that is an aggressive barrel. Frame rate on that. Oof. There we go. I had to wait god. He turned on the electric. Oh, that's magnetic too. Okay. Oh god. I just got completely steamrolled by him there. I don't think I've ever actually, like, fought him before. And game, will you quit frame rating on me? That would be nice. I'm not gonna blame the frame rate on that one. That was just me screwing up the fight. Alright, I'm just gonna go over here. I've got 4 hits on him. That's good enough for me. Got him. Yeah, one thing that the Sonic games are really well known for is, like, they have some very satisfying sound effects, some very just satisfying all-around music. This game in particular has some really good music. Bye, Tails. See you later. Cool snowboarding session. This music right here is actually some of my favorite in the game, as a matter of fact. I just got done sharing this little factoid with some other friends recently. So, some of the music in this game was composed by Michael Jackson and one of his composers that kind of worked with him named Brad Buxer. So the Ice Cap Zone theme is actually a Brad Buxer song from his band. But you can also kind of hear in the soundtrack there are a lot of Michael Jackson-like sound effects. A lot of, like, not really like oohs or anything like that he does, but whenever we get to the next zone, like, I'll try to point it out a little bit more. But this song in particular also is very reminiscent, not the bonus stage theme, but in the Ice Cap Zone. That theme is very reminiscent of Smooth Criminal by Mr. Jackson. And now watch me as I aimlessly try to explore and find that there they are. Got it. I like to imagine that Sonic is spending his entire lifestyle just trying his best to get rid of Tails at every possible convenience. And the problem is every single time that he tries to, Tails ends up finding his way back somehow. So that little sliding section right there will actually continue indefinitely until I make that jump. This level also has that weird infinite scrolling thing that Marble Gardens has. I didn't really get to showcase it because I'm not good at it, but basically the idea is in order for them to make some of these levels, what they do is they kind of have them infinitely vertically wrap in on themselves. And it allows them to kind of, you know, like loop the level over and over to kind of give you that feeling of, oh goodness, I'm infinitely sliding. Right there's a good example of a place I should have jumped at, but I think this one's gracious enough to give you a path forward no matter what. But yeah, this song right here is the song Hard Times by the band The Jetsons, which Brad Buxer is a part of. Make ourselves a makeshift snowboard, leave Tails behind as was tradition. I think this was the first time in a Sonic game that an ice level was introduced as well. And man, what a hell of a start to ice levels. Didn't get enough speed. If anybody wants to start keeping count of how many times I intentionally abandoned Tails, feel free to. Oh, I don't know what the hell happened there. He just kind of like instant transmissioned in front of me for a second. Got him. There we go. Got the quickish kill on him. The mini bosses take 6 hits to kill. The major bosses take 8. Pretty much anytime you see Robotnik, that's gonna take 8 hits. Anytime you see a not Robotnik, it's gonna take 6 hits. Momentum ruined. There's an electric shield there. Just kind of grabbed it through the ice and then lost it immediately. This is one of the few levels that I can actually get a decent amount of momentum on. Oh god. Preferably not momentum in the opposite direction of the way I want to go, game. Oh god. Uh-oh. Well, now we're in trouble. Alright, we're good now. I've got to keep Tails off of these things so I can actually... There we go. Oh god. Oh jeez, okay. We made it. No, we didn't. Tails! I can't believe Tails would betray me like that. Because I've never betrayed Tails before. I'm definitely not doing that right now. Boss of this level. Oh, damn it. Well, I'm in trouble. Damn it. I keep trying to get off of that and then it's not working out. Oh god. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Even if that last hit would have done it, I would have still died from it. Oh god. I gotta wait for that guy to pass, or... Nope. Let's just soak up some lives. Maybe Sonic is addicted to Tails because he can fly. It's just kind of a coping mechanism. Oh cool, I guess I just have to do this with no rings now, because I was having such an easy time with it without rings. Oh god, I'm dead. I need to find rings. There we go. I guess there was rings up here, huh? Like a million of them. Those things don't come down very far, so it's really easy to kind of, you know, run into them without fear of getting crushed. Got him. There we go. Some Dr. Robotnik bosses are a lot more difficult than others. This one was always a particularly difficult one for me to fight. So there is a little sound effect, like a little sample that plays in this song. Just kind of listen out for it here soon. Should be kind of audible now. The little goes that are going out. People speculated for a while whether or not Michael Jackson was actually involved with this, but that Brad Buxer guy pretty much all but confirmed that he was involved in some way, but the reason he's not credited is because of the fact that he may not have been impressed with the sound quality on the Sega Genesis, and he basically wouldn't put his name on anything that seemed like it was going to, you know, it kind of seemed like it wasn't of his quality. Which I don't personally find that as a knock against the Genesis. I think it was just, he wasn't really, you know, like, impressed with it. Look, I got tails in the little pot. You son of a bitch! And you jumped out of it?! You even jumped out of it, you asshole! I included you for once, fuck you. If you ever wonder why I'm addicted to tails, that's why. Yes, I still genuinely believe he deserves it and that I did nothing wrong to him. Damn it. Surprise flamethrower. Oh god. I believe those guys with the wrecking balls, the little frog robots, are called ribots, so there's a fun fact for you. Hit him in time. Well, that was very well timed. Michael Jackson did what credited specifically because of Tails. I just don't like that little fox. I will not put my name in this game if he's in there. Well, that was entirely my fault. I was like, yeah, I can make it through there in time. I could not make it through there in time. I really do want this entire stream to just turn into hating Tails. I don't even particularly have super strong feelings on him, but I just want it to happen now. Oh god, that could have ended me really quickly. A question that absolutely nobody asked that I'm going to answer anyways. Are Sonic games difficult? Not unless you're trying to do them really, really quickly. If you take your time with them, ironically enough, they're actually not too bad. And like obviously the goal is ultimately to end up going fast, and you know, you want to get to that point, but if you just kind of take these games like a traditional platformer, you'll probably be okay. As Knuckles throws a very comedic bomb. This was always a cool animation that I loved. Just watching the entire like place that you just climbed into just kind of 3D out of there. Sort of reminiscent of Mode 7. Let's go into this one, fuck it. Oh yeah, this one sucks because it's essentially a gashapon. And the problem is that they drop you into it, and you just basically are almost guaranteed to hit the bottom part of it and lose your freebie. That's fine. I wanted the electric shield for this. Oh wait, I didn't get the electric shield. In fact, I lost my water shield. Oh well. Losing your shield is still an acceptable alternative to losing all of your rings. And I got a 1-up out of that bonus stage, so that's nice. I did break the shit out of my rule of saying I won't intentionally go into those, though, so... I lied. Oh shit, I made it almost to the end of the base Sonic 3 game, and I haven't even really explained the plot of this one. So, Dr. Robotnik crash lands on Angel Island after the end of Sonic 2, and basically convinces Knuckles that there's this asshole named Sonic who's trying to steal all the Master Emeralds. So he gets Knuckles to start working for him, and this launch base zone is actually, if you look in the background, you can kind of see Death Egg getting ready to take off soon. Maybe not at this part of the stage anymore, but in the previous parts of the stage, Death Egg was visible in the background. I'll try to point it out if I see it at this point forward. I don't really often pay attention to that kind of stuff, so... Well, fuck. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be visible till the end of the stage anyway. It'll definitely be visible at the end of the stage. Oh, thank goodness. I was not ready to react to that. Just go all the way through the pipes there. I'll try to remember to explain more of the and Knuckles portion of the game once we get there, which will be hopefully right after we end up fighting the boss of this part of the stage. Damn it. Every single time I see those, it's just a matter of me sitting here like, I'm gonna get hit by them. I'm still just imagining Michael Jackson getting, like, unreasonably angry over Tails existing in the game. Oh god. Okay, I did catch a ring. Good. Shit. Way to just dodge every ring in the level on the way. Goodbye, Tails. Alright, so we should be coming up on Death. Actually, yeah, we're right up on Death Egg right now. Good chance for me to take my hands off the controller to just kind of chill out with that. Okay, and now we deal with a little boss here. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, that is the end of this one. I thought you had to do a second form of him, but I guess not. So this is where Sonic 3 ended, technically. We once again had stopped the launch of Death Egg. We should see it in the background here soon. There it goes. You see that, Tails? You did none of that. So first we get this little cutscene of Knuckles sneaking into the Hidden Palace Zone, which we're not going to go into at all. I don't even have all 7 of the Chaos Gemeralds, so there's no point to even go in there. So there are Master Emeralds in this game, which are basically the bigger emeralds on this island in particular. To get them, you have to have an emerald, but preferably you need to have all 7 of them. And then you take them to these stages. Well, I think they become all the other stages as well once you get all the emeralds, but you can come back to this stage and you get a free teleport to the Palace Zone anytime that you want. And you can do a similar series of bonus stages to try and get the Master Emeralds. Oh god, here we go. I just completely missed that. At this point in the game, we are fully convinced that we've stopped the Death Egg, but we are kind of just going through trying to get to the bottom of it to stop Robotnik once and for all. The game is lagging tremendous balls right now. And I've already made a grave mistake. Pray for me. Wow, I made that jump. Holy shit. That should have been a death sentence. It's okay, I'll have plenty of chances to fuck up later in this stage. There we go, the speed ups happen now. here's a path I haven't taken yet. There's another one. Uh-oh. Yep, I screwed myself there. Well, hopefully that'll fix the frame rate whenever I get back out the Mushroom Hill. It did. Nice. If I try to make this an all-emerald run, it would definitely lengthen the time of the stream. The problem is it would lengthen the time of the stream to a very unsatisfactory level. How did Sanzio jinx me? Did he say I wasn't gonna do it because he's a jerk? I can promise you, no matter what the answer to that question is, I was not going to get it anyways. I pretty much had to save state my way through a lot of those extra stages whenever I got my clears on the other files that you saw there. I didn't do any of the rewind scumming or anything like that, but I definitely made it to where it was easier to get into those stages and repeat them. Damn it, I thought I jumped there. Hello, frame rate, my old friend. So maybe if I hadn't, if I actually took some time and like really started to learn these levels, like the special stages, maybe I would be better at them, because, you know, like once you've done them one time, you can definitely, you know, memorize the patterns and figure out where you need to go, but that is not a piece of, like, I don't play this game anywhere near enough to get to that level of knowledge with them. My skill in this particular area of games is what many scientists would call pretty fucking bad. Alright. I really don't know why I'm still doing these stages, if I'm being completely honest with you right now. Like, I'm absolutely not gonna be able to. Oh well, we'll deal with it. We'll live with it. So what happened there was, whenever you make a square with the blue orbs, you essentially clear them. So a lot of what I'm trying to do here. Uh-oh. Whew. Now I go on the quest for the missing blue orbs. Uh-oh. The speed up happened to me and it fucked me up. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Nope! That was a complete gamble that I took there, but the level was moving way too quickly for me to comfortably make that. Whenever I do beat this game the standard way, I do plan to go back and show you the stage that unlocks whenever you do have Hypersonic unlocked, which is getting all of the Chaos Emeralds as well as getting the Master Emeralds. Thanks for nothing, Tails. Thanks for making that longer than it needed to be. That was all Tails' fault, too. You know what? Fuck it. He's gonna get blamed for everything right now. Jeez. This is all Tails' fault. Okay, that's fine. We'll take it. So of the Sonic and Knuckles stages, the best level of those is very shortly approaching. This has probably my second favorite theme in the series of games. Right onto the fire. Good job, me. Uh-oh. Whew. That was scary. I almost made an oopsie. There, I freed the animals. That one there, just to fuck with me. Come on. I actually managed to avoid one of the ones that was in my way. That was a very clear trap, but then I got hit by like the 50 other ones that were. Uh-oh, need to get out of there. Damn it, I couldn't jump high enough for it. here's a fun little boss. It's the Capsule Boss. Unfortunately, the second half of this level, I don't feel like it sticks quite as hard as the first act does. There's way too many of these sections right here to really make it stick. Fire shield's good for this level because there's so many random, like, fire things everywhere. There we go. Whew, that was a close one. I knew that was going to last just long enough for that, so I was able to time that correctly. Oh man, my amount of lives that I have just flew up. It's okay, we'll burn those all out here soon. Don't worry. I always find creative ways to get rid of like 15 different lives. Okay, so you're an evil genius, and you've got your arch nemesis trapped in a room, and all you have to do is kill him with a giant fuck-off laser. Do you make it to where the laser fires into a grid that is destructible like this? The answer is yes. I don't think this boss was ever difficult. This part of the thing is a little bit tricky though, because you're kind of in a race against the clock here. This one isn't as bad as the Marble Garden one though. By a mile. The hardest part of this one is you gotta not get hit by those spikes on the way up. You wanna want to stay centered up on this because I want to get a cheap shot on Robotnik as he falls down. Shit. I just finished doing the Knuckles run of this, and he does his jumps a lot less on the Knuckles playthrough. He gives you like 2 of them, I think, and then he's done. It's like I was just kind of getting out of the way in preparation of that. Here's my least favorite zone of the and Knuckles portion of the game. I just don't find the theme here very good. Like, the desert is kind of cool, but they have way too many, like, puzzly type sections that don't really mesh well with the Sonic formula in this one. There are still far, far worse levels in Sonic games out there, and like overall for Sonic 3, I think that, you know, like, it's still a fun level to play through, but it's definitely my least favorite of the bunch. It gets kudos for aesthetic. Some of the enemies are cool and stuff like that, but other than that, no thank you. I think the problem is that the levels after the, like, before and after this one are just so much cooler. Like, just overall. So it's not so much that this is a bad level, it's just that there are so many other better levels. That sand will push you back even if you have a good amount of momentum on it. It's easier to cheese with Sonic, or with Knuckles rather. Whoops. That was a little bit of a slip of the tongue. Cool little rappelling sections. Less cool block auto-scroller section. Even less cool Scorpion. Should have just spin dashed off the top of this rather than taking this route down. Also, the amount of bonus stages that I go to will probably diminish pretty tremendously through this part of the game. I no longer have any real idea of where those bonus stages are located at, so me finding them will be sheer accident. Like that. Whoops. See, if I take those out at the beginning, I won't have to worry about the momentum increase later. There we go, we've sped up once. Made it through that one. Oh, where's... Hey, there they are. We did it. I got my Starburst. I'll be very surprised if I get Supersonic by the end of this. Like, I will be very surprised. Oh god. I fell for the oldest trick in the book, the old crush 'em. Okay, we're just gonna do this time. Heckin' bamboozled. Well, maybe the bottom route will be more generous to me. That's a big fat nope. Alright, don't fall for it again. Try to duck under that one, it didn't work out. At least I can rely on Tails to collect rings for me. That was a close one. Oh god. That was a lucky, I pressed right and it just worked out. Oh god, I didn't want to do this one. Oh well, that's fine, we're at the boss area anyways. Here's the most difficult boss in the game. So difficult that I actually had to approach him to get him to even wake up. Now here comes the hardest part of this boss. Got him. So if you try to kill him normally, you will just spend forever trying to actually kill him because he does not take any damage at all. So you can hit him, he'll turn into a rock and just get right back up. So the trick to killing him is to use the quicksand over there because he cannot get out of it. And there goes the frame rate again. I still don't understand what it is that makes Sonic games so hard to emulate correctly, even on official software. Alright, so from this point forward, there are now ghosts in the level. As I progress through here, there's going to be light switches that I have to hit in order to kind of get through all of that. And I have to keep the lights on in order to prevent ghosts from haunting me to death. I think this might be an infinite scroll. It's definitely seeming like it so far. Okay, yeah, that's an alternate path to get to where I'm at right now. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Let's hit the casino level then. The the longer that you stand on those jewels, they'll eventually turn into kick you out of the levels. Case in point, the one that's already done that. Okay, I got really lucky there. I'm getting way too lucky for this. It's gonna run out soon, I can feel it. Oh well, that's fine. Maybe that'll reset the frame rate bullshit that I'm seeing. There we go, let's get onto this track. Oh damn it, that's the same one that I was on. Here we go, maybe this is... yeah, there we go, that's the right path. I don't oftentimes run out of time in Sonic games. You can go up to 9:59 before you run out of time for them. That was close. This is one of the few levels where I actually very conceivably can run out of time for them. Let's see if I can do this. This is getting kind of toasty. Oh boy. I gotta get off of this thing before those ghosts start attacking. Oh no, I ended up here again? Shit. Okay. Or we can just say fuck it. Alright, let them all come at me again. There we go. Now, hope I still have enough time to get up here before the door closes. What? Okay. Sometimes the platforms move in such a way that they just don't give you the opportunity to get under them, and that one, I guess, registered me as not being far enough yet. I barely made it under that one anyways, Jesus. Let's not fuck this up again. That was all a tactical reset of RNG. That's what it was. Wait even longer for it. Do you like hurry-up auto-scroller gimmicks? Because this stage has got them. Get through this area before the sand fills up. But don't get crushed on your way up. Don't care about the speed boots that much. I legitimately thought I was gonna get crushed. Oh god. That was actually a close one. And we're at the boss, and we're out of this stage, hopefully. Well, I thought we were at the boss. Nope, we're not at the boss. I lied. Can we get to the boss from here? Damn it, I didn't time the jump right. There we go. Sonic is a game chock full of really wonky momentum physics. Uh-oh. We're getting close to the boss now. Of course, the last time I said that I was wrong as well. We're back here again? God damn it. Well, didn't realize I was going there. Can't believe how many of these I'm finding on just sheer accident. Alright, let's try to do these again. There's the speed up. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I didn't know how that was going to turn out. There's, like, you pretty much... I think that there's a way that you can get all of those, but I'm not the person to ask about that. That is very far out of my knowledge jurisdiction. Better definitely get that. This is the boss. And that's the end of the boss. Some of these bosses are really easy, some of them are less so. With Sandopolis out of the way, we get to go to all the fun levels now. Lava Reef is probably one of the harder levels, but it's still really just fun to go through. There's a couple of bullshit death points, but overall it's fun enough. As you can probably imagine, having a fire shield in this area is good. With the fire shield, I can pretty much go through lava unimpeded. Snag an extra life that I can't even get. I thought I could make it. I could not. Damn it. I don't think this is the first time that Sonic has gone for a fire-themed level, but they definitely did a damn good job with it. Okay, there is a secret here. Hell yeah, there's a secret here. So in a lot of the earlier Sonic games, despite having, you know, like a pretty good, you know, level design and just like a pretty good flow like that, the big problems that the earlier Sonic games kind of suffer from is there really wasn't like a sort of good idea of consistency about why you're in some of the areas that you are, whereas this game kind of like, you know, between the transitions that you go through with the, you know, between like Angel Island and Hydrocity, for example, Sonic and Knuckles levels, such as pretty much all the levels I've been going through so far, like, you know, in order to get on the Flying Battery, we watched the Badniks basically, you know, kind of go there, and then from Flying Battery, we basically... Sorry, I got a damage boost through here and not die. From Flying Battery, we kind of crash land in the desert. Getting here from Sandopolis is a little bit of a stretch, but I promise that the next part of the level will make more sense whenever we go through that. Shit, there's the button. Alright, speaking of many bosses... Damn it. I landed the jump, but I didn't land the actual hitting the boss. I kind of prefer it to be doing that anyway. It makes it easier to see when he stops. There we go. We got him. Hell yeah, fire shield. And even between the Act 1 and Act 2 transitions, you kind of get a a little bit of insight as to what's going on. Like, we kind of watched the lava reef just sort of, what's the word I'm looking for that? Like, it just kind of stopped being molten and cooled off. I don't think there's anything I have any reason to be up there. This level is infinitely easier with the fire shield. I forgot, whenever you take the Sonic path through the game, there are a lot of levels left. We've got one short zone after we go through this one. Then after that short zone, we go to one more kind of medium-sized zone. I think I could finish this all tonight, though. I've got to get rid of this. Now, unfortunately, I have to go through the rest of the level without the fire shield, which is less good. Oops, found a secret stage. I can't wait to screw this one up. And if you're wondering, yes, some of these stages will look familiar because basically the stages ordered, the way that you kind of approach them doesn't really change. It's just only the I'm trying to think of how to word this. All of the stages are set, it's just a matter of whether or not you get the emeralds in them or not. Wow, I managed to make that jump, holy shit. I did it! Nice! That's what, 5 emeralds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be amazed if I get supersonic by the end of this. I already said that, but I'm just gonna repeat it. I will be very, very surprised and very amazed if that happens. Oh, that was just a mean trick. It wasn't even funny the second time around. Those spikes disappear into the foreground and background, so just be fast. Pretty universal logic for this game. Do things quickly. Run fast, be Sonic. Oh, gosh. Oh. This is the part of the run where I die due to stupidity more often than not. Well, I do have 10 lives now, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. Hey, look, there's the death egg. That's not ominous at all. Oh no. Damn it. Well, I don't have 10 lives anymore. So now we get another little auto-scroller here. Really cool use of heat effects. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say I would prefer to have a heat shield during this so that I can just... That's the platform they want you to come down on. So this fight would be very tricky. I would have to jump between all of these platforms very carefully as he hits himself with all of those explodey balls. But with the fire shield, even if I screw up, I still will be fine. Because I can do this. It should only take 2 more. Or not. Maybe it takes 4 rotations of it. There we go. The absolute eyesore is over now. So now this is the short stage that I was talking about. Short romp over here. And we can kind of see the egg is taking off again. Right before we visit an old friend of ours. Wow, Tails dealt the finishing blow. That's the most insulting part of this whole thing. But at this point it is revealed that, hey, looks like we're not the asshole after all. It's instead Dr. Robotnik. So I don't think it's actually possible to kill Robotnik there, like, at all. He does have, like, an absurd amount of health. but you just don't have enough time to deal however many points of damage it would take to do it. Hey, we didn't leave Tails behind this time. Imagine that. So when we come over here, we can see the Death Egg taking off again. We kind of fucked up on that one. Overall, this stage is pretty fun. It's a little bit of a scary stage because it is incredibly easy to die on. I'm a little bit sad that people haven't still been trolling and everything during this. I was really looking forward to more Tails memeing. So that is Metal Sonic in the first boss of the first game. That was the first kind of Wrecking Ball boss that you fought there. Oh, that was a little bit treacherous. Jump up to this higher level. I don't really remember the path through here, so probably gonna see me mess that up. Please look forward to it. I was called those record players whenever I was a kid, because it always made me think about the fact that you were kind of standing on them and then they would rotate you around like that. So this is the, can't remember which boss it was from Sonic 2. The Metropolis City boss. But we just kind of plow through that one. Kind of getting back to that, you kind of get this feeling that in these levels that you kind of know why you're here. We kind of saw the Death Egg take off from there, from this zone. So it kind of gives a very clear direction of, yeah, we're kind of trying to get higher to chase after Robotnik before he gets this thing back into space. And it's at this point that Dr. Robotnik's pulling out all the stops. He's got Mecha Sonic after us now. Shit, I can't remember if it's Metal or Mecha in this game. There is a distinct difference between the two. Uh-oh. I almost just rolled off the edge. And we go to the final boss of this stage. Surprise, it's Metal Sonic. Mess that up. Oh, Tails. That's fine, we got him. I don't remember if this is an auto-scroller or not. I'm not gonna let go of right, though. Alright. The penultimate stage of the entire game. Second coolest stage theme in the entire game. Damn it. Oh, I was supposed to hit that, that's what happened. That was an annoying surprise. Screw that guy. Whenever it comes to these stages, I really don't fully know which way I'm going. I think this is honestly what was really missing from Sonic 2. They really missed out on making this incredibly, like, detailed and cool final level to go through, and they just kind of... Oh my god, get that ring. They just kind of cheapened out and were just like, yeah, we'll make the final stage 0 rings, 2 bosses, a boss that takes 12 hits instead of 8. We'll just go really cheap on it, no big deal. Oh god, I'm having to constantly reset this because I keep missing the stupid speed booster thing. Just wait for it to form. There we go. We're back in business. Pretty sure those walls say egg on them. Please and thank you for the rings. Oh god. Just gotta damage boost my way through here. And we made it. That was a close one. So I have to hit all of these switches in order to get through here. I get kind of launched out of here. Momentum got all kinds of fucked up there. Skip that one. Yeah, I can skip that one. Those ring things are cool, but like really all they do is just kind of waste time. Oh boy, this boss is a hoot and a holler. I wasn't even trying to hit the boss at that point, I just want to get a ring back. Good. I'm dead. Wait, I had a ring from that? Oh my god, I don't deserve that one bit. Oh man, I do not believe that I made it through that. That should have absolutely murdered me. I didn't realize I collected my ring back. So now we get anti-gravity. Oh, that was not fair, game. Well, that was incredibly lucky. My strategy is panic. Very accurate. Painfully accurate. And I can't believe how fast this has gone. As long as the final boss doesn't just royally fuck me over. I think I needed to go on this one. Well, I didn't have to, but oh well. This one I probably could have skipped. All that distance and all of those flips just to put me out right there. Alright, we gotta go through this little platforming section now. Oh my god. Tells, I swear to god, you are a piece of shit, you know that? I could just run across this with the electric shield, but I feel like it's safer this way just in case I screw anything up. And I think we're at the boss now. Yep. Oh, God. I keep not meaning to do that. Maybe I'll get lucky with that one. Cool. Okay, and he's down. think there is a mecha tail somewhere on this ship in a closet somewhere. Yeah, probably. Okay, final boss time. At least for this part of the playthrough. Love this boss music. It's so ominous, so great. Oh god. I got fucked over there. Oh boy, now how to do this without taking a hit. Great. Here's where I could lose all of my lives, potentially. So the hard part of this is definitely playing it safe with that. Oh god. Shoot another spout of flame. Alright, one final thing I have to do. Two more hits. One more. And don't die. Alright, and here is where the standard game ends whenever you don't have all of the emeralds. But I'm going to load up my save file that does have all the emeralds so we can at least see what the true ending of the game should look like. I'm actually really surprised I was able to get this game fully streamed like this on, you know, like I generally try to keep my streams about an hour and 32 hours long, so I'm really surprised that I was able to kind of fit the entirety of the playthrough in on this. Also, appreciate that Sonic is spelled backwards like that because all they did was just like a 180 flip of the sprite instead of making a left and a right version of it. So here I'm actually going to use the accelerate function to get through the credits a little bit faster. We get a nice little broken-ass version of all of the themes that we saw in the game. Yeah, we do kind of just make a forceful re-entry and then land on an airplane up in space, and somehow manage to not die from all of that. I guess Tails has a rocket on there. And if you're worried about hearing the song in its full glory, I will let it play through whenever we do the final version of this. And yeah, we get a picture of Eggman laughing because he still has the Master Emerald. But that's why we go into this file. So you have to keep mashing the dash button to kind of keep moving forward with this. That is something that I didn't know as a kid. I'd really like to stop hitting that stuff and actually... I'd like to get rings, please. You do need to have a pretty healthy amount of rings to get through here. I don't feel comfortable with my ring count. Especially not with me making these many mistakes. Oh yeah. I might be in trouble now. Oh, I'm dead. Dead as hell. I don't remember where the best place to pick up rings during all of this is. There's a nice big bunch of them right there. So like, it's this kind of level design right here, like, not necessarily the level design, but just the idea of what you're doing here. Like, this is what really sets Sonic 3 apart for me. The fact that there is, like, this super secret, I guess it's not super secret, but there's basically this way to play the game where you're essentially, like, getting an extra ending out of it. And, like, a really, really, like, conclusive ending, too. Go. Yeah, I need you to do this fast. I need more rings, please. That was a close one. I think that was the clutch I needed. And we did it. And see, this time we don't lose the egg or the Master Emerald whenever we fall down. We actually manage to catch it and keep going to the island with it. I don't know why I almost said catch. So the entire reason that this place kind of was discoverable in the first place in the game is because the Death Egg kind of forced it into the water. And then after the Death Egg was up in the air, he stole the Master Emerald to power it, so it had no way of floating up again. So now we get to watch it ascend into the sky. We get this extra scene of Knuckles being happy that we brought his emerald back. And this time we actually let the credits play through. So yeah, my one criticism about this game, like my biggest criticism, is that it has Tails in it, and that Tails exists at all as a character. He really ruins the entire aesthetic of the game by taking a cool game and making it not cool. I don't even dislike Tails that much, I just love the meme now. So there's a lot of stuff to mess around with and explore in this game. I do think that some of the level design is a little bit wonky. Like, there are like a handful of stages that I think could really use a little bit more work in them. But for the most part, this is a really enjoyable game. It's really fun. There's an entire... It's the same levels and it's the same general level flow, but Knuckles and Tails both get their own different routes that only they can take through levels. That alone kind of gives you a little bit of extra exploration. The Knuckles bosses tend to be a little bit harder than the Sonic bosses. Knuckles himself actually has his own separate ending to the game. It's a little bit less impressive than this one here, but maybe at some point I'll try to do a run through of that, although admittedly it's really just it's just the same levels with Knuckles, and you know, you just get to see his respective areas with it, so I might wait a little bit before I do that run, just to kind of give the game a little bit of time to cool down. It may not be as fun and exciting to watch if I just do a back-to-back of them, is kind of what I'm saying. And now we get this super cool ending instead of the super lame one we got for not having emeralds. And then we get this nice little exit screen. Even Tails is there, as much as I hate him existing. Alright, and there's really only one way that I can imagine ending this stream. First of all, before I do that, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. I'll try to get something else on the channel sometime in the near future. I don't know what I'm going to play next, but we'll see what happens. But as for final closing thoughts, fuck Tails.